City. Let's get our party started. So to start the party, where do we begin exactly? Let us start off with the predicted lineup. I think it will make a lot of sense to start off with the predicted lineup. Arsenal. How will Arsenal line up? And probably how will Leicester City line up? But for the Leicester City lineup, we can talk about that in the opposition preview segment, where I think Leicester will feel a little bit confident over Arsenal, based on the fact that they have won 2 of their last fixtures, beating. Actually, have they won 2? Have they won 3? They did beat Manchester United 4-2, and they also won their recent game 2-1, coming from behind. Don't remember the fixture really, but I'll be letting you know. Definitely, I'll be letting you know. So it's a big game for Arsenal. Very, very big game for Arsenal. Leicester City is a club that I don't think is gonna put a low block. We played a couple of low blocks this season. Burnley, Norwich City. I don't think Norwich City were a very huge low block, but they also did play a low block. Well, I want to say Palace played a low block, but that was only for 20 minutes or 30 minutes in that game. The rest of the game, they were absolutely on it. They were absolutely hungry. They wanted the ball. They wanted to go for it, and they did go for it, and they caused us a lot of trouble, in that game. So what is my predicted lineup? Arsenal versus Arsenal versus Leicester City, or Leicester City at home at the King Power Stadium versus Arsenal Football Club, the Londoners that are yet to lose a game in their last 7. It's remarkable for a team that has lost 3 games at the beginning of the season consecutively, not scoring a goal, not getting a point. Now they have not lost a game in 7. I mean, it's remarkable, isn't it? Really, really remarkable. So I think Mikel will go for a 4-2-3-1. That is what I think. He loves it, doesn't he? He played a 4-4-2 against Aston Villa, and as a wise manager, I hope his wisdom actually exceeds the press conference. He was asked whether he will actually play again a 4-4-2, and he said it's a good lineup. It's a good formation, but it has instances where it works and has instances where it doesn't work. If he played a 4-4-2 on the weekend, I would be a little bit more skeptical. I think a 4-2-3-1 would work for us a little bit better. For me, I'm going to go for a 4-3-3. A 4-3-3. Obviously, it can look like a 4-2-3-1, and it can also look like a 4-3-3, right? So in goal, I think now there's no question in that. Aaron Ramsdale is the man, to lead Arsenal these days. In goal, he's just wonderful. He's just wonderful. I love the lad. I'm telling you, I just love the lad. One of those goalkeepers that I think actually, just get the name. Let's just get the name. Ramsdale. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments below. Ramsdale is in goal for me. Aaron Ramsdale is in goal for me. Remarkable goalkeeper there. Remarkable goalkeeper. But what I love about him is his character. Of course, there are a couple of things that add to his game, like his ability to pass the ball. He has the legs. He has the side. The game reading is also good. I think his positioning is class. Apart from that, Alton Edward goal that you would question his positioning, but I think his positioning is class, and whatnot. But I think this season he's just added something different to the Arsenal side. Back four. Now this is where it becomes a little bit difficult. But I'm gonna say Gabriel first before I give you the sad news. So Gabriel Magalhaes should be in here. He should be in here. With now that's the question. Who do we play with Gabriel? Because Ben White actually picked up a bag. Mikel called it a bag, not an injury. It's not injured, but there's a bag that has been going around. It's not really COVID, right? It's not really COVID, but there's a bag that has been going around in the Arsenal camp, and it actually affected Ben White. Mikel said yesterday that he didn't today that he didn't train. Right, he didn't train. So let us wait. If he trains tomorrow, if he's better tomorrow, he will play. But if Ben doesn't play, who do we play in that regard? I think I don't trust Rob Holding. I don't trust Pablo Mari. I don't know who I trust in that team, but it's definitely going to be Rob. It's definitely going to be Rob. And despite our differences, 26 years of age, I hope he comes out and does a good job, because he's still an Arsenal player. He should deliver, shouldn't he? He should deliver. So Rob Holding, Ramsdale, and Gabriel. I mean, the rest are constant. Blood Klatomiyasu, right? Blood Klatomiyasu. Right. Let's go with Tomiyasu. So Blood Clat Tomiyasu should be, just like Troops calls him, should be a tried back. I think with Tomiyasu, he might have a couple of things to do in that game, tracking the runs of players like Maddison, Tielemans, and the likes of Pat Sandaka, the likes of, I mean, they're deadly, they're dangerous, the likes of Vardy, and that's why I think Ben White should be available for this game, because Rob Holding, can he match the intelligence, the experience, and the speed of Jamie Vardy and players like James Maddison, the likes of Harvey Barnes? I still think Harvey Barnes is going to be directly, a direct opponent to Blood Clat Tomiyasu. Does it make sense? Does it make sense to play Rob Holding in that game? I don't know, but I hope Ben White is fit. And then obviously, if Tierney doesn't really, because he hasn't been past, been past fit as well. So if Tierney actually does not play in that game, then Nuno Tavares should be available, to play for Arsenal in that game. So let's just look for Nuno Tavares around there. So I mean, it's a back four that doesn't really look very, very complete. It's a back four that doesn't really look for complete. Tavares and Holding. I mean, getting two changes to your regular back four, that is a big blow. You going away to on the road to the King Power Stadium. It's really, really a big blow. It's a very, very big blow. And I hope either Kieran Tierney or Ben White or both of them are actually back. I just hope so. A midfield of three players, and I'm gonna go defensive. Look, I've already said we need to attack. We don't need to be defensive. But I'm gonna go defensive in this on this one. I'm really, really gonna be very defensive, and I'm sorry for the disappointment. I think that midfield, that Leicester City midfield, how are we going to contain them? That's the first thing we've got to think about in this game. How are we going to contain them? Sumare, for me, is a generational talent. Wilfred Ndidi, I think Ndidi could be injured. I've seen a couple of games where they've been playing Amate. I think he could be injured. But you have James Maddison, you have Tielemans. For me, he's just a lighter. Right, he's a lighter. He lights up everything, in the King Power. So my problem is Tielemans. We've seen how much trouble he can cause for the likes of Manchester United. They still remember Chelsea in the final FA Cup. They still remember. It's different for me. He's so different from the other players that I love as footballers. Not because I feel he has this kind of exponential talent, which I think he which I think he does. But I think he has a lot of attributes to his game, and I think that that's gonna be one of the problems that Arsenal face. But let's first go with Thomas Partey. He's a constant. At least Partey is a constant. And then do I play Abu Sambi Lokonga? Do I play Mohamed El Neni in this game? I mean, I've got to scratch my head a little bit there, but I know Mikel will go for Lokonga, so I'll go for Lokonga as well. I really, I've got no problems with him. And one of the things I love about him is his ability to progress the ball, right? His ability to progress the ball and move it forward and bring it forward. I love that about him. Absolutely. So no problems with Albert. So no problems with Albert Sambi-Lokonga playing in that area. And to complete the midfield. Martin Odegaard, I just feel like Martin Odegaard is going to be important in this game. The reason there is I think we might not be able to control this game in terms of possession, but we might need to break down Leicester City, get them on the break. They might play a high line. The likes of Soyuncu, and the partners, they could play high line. And when they play the high line, with this kind of confidence, we are at home, we could do anything we want. If they play that high line, we need a player who can get those passes in behind. That is Martin Odegaard for you. Odegaard starts in this game. I know most of you are gonna tell me, Cossy, don't do that. Cossy, don't do that. Yeah, I do. I do understand, but you've got to understand me as well. So Martin, actually, I want him as I would want him as Ryan. Just need to do this. Sorry. Right. So this is Odegaard. Let's go with Martin Odegaard as a central midfielder, right? Let's put him in as part of the midfield three, and then you would have in the left wing the man of the match against Aston Villa, Emile Smith-Rowe. I mean, if we talk about generational English talents, what to say? More than Smith-Rowe, Saka, Aubameyang. Sorry, did I say Aubameyang? Phil Foden and a couple of others. But I think Smith-Rowe should be starting in that game. For me, he helps us really get wider and wider, and his dribbling is absolutely, top notch. Saka, no words for Saka. He's a starter. Now, do we start Aubameyang or Alexander Lacazette? Do we start Aubameyang or Alexander Lacazette? That's a big question. And Aubameyang is finding this kind of rhythm. But for me, look, I'm going to play Laka. This is my preferred lineup, right? I'm going to play Laka. And the reason I'm playing Laka is I know I will miss Aubameyang's speed, Aubameyang's ability to sprint forward, and he's loved always get in behind and cause lots of trouble. But I need a striker in this game. We need a striker, and I need a striker who can actually hold the Leicester City defense. A player who can hold the ball when we pump it forward and create all sorts of trouble, create all kinds of trouble for Leicester City. That man is Alexander Lacazette. Good hold-up play, very, very good hold-up player. We know that. And what else? If you have a player who holds the ball, then you've got to play him in such a game, because you just believe you're gonna need to pump that ball forward. Your striker receives it, keeps it for a little while as your numbers grow into the opponent's serve, and I think Lacazette can actually do that very, very well for Arsenal Football Club. So basically that is it with the predicted lineup. If you agree with me, smash a like on the video. If you do not agree with my predicted lineup, I'm gonna say one thing. Just gonna say one thing. If you do not agree with my